Well, hi guys. We've already met, but anyway, my name is Galina. I would like to know who is here, who's listening to me today. What cities are you from? Could you please type or write the cities? Okay, I see Lviv. Well, who else? Kiev. Great. Uh-huh. Kiev is here. Good. Mm-hmm. Can you see me well? Can you hear me? Okay, see and hear, yeah? Good. Well, so how has been the beginning of your semester? Do you have a lot of groups? How many groups do you have? Okay, I still do not have the answers. How many groups do you have from the beginning? Aha, 4. Okay. So many groups, and we're working at making our lessons more and more engaging and more interesting, right? So tell me, do you think that home task is essential part of the lesson? If yes, tell why. If not, again, tell why. Home task, is it an essential part? Okay, I see 8 groups. Wow. So, home task, is it an important, essential part of the lesson? If yes, why do you think so? If no, why not? I mean, checking home task. Well, while you are writing the answers, I can tell you my opinion. Well, I strongly believe that home task is one of the most essential parts of the lesson, and because it provides us with some more practice from of the material and from the material that you've covered in the previous lesson. It also reinforces the skills that students got during the previous lesson, and it helps us to revise the material you've covered during several lessons in the past, and also to see the progress of your group of particular students, and to see they if there are some problems, if they've understood their topic. Okay, what do you think? It's important. I see. Not so important. Not so important checking. Yeah, important. Help students. Yeah, revise information. What else? What else? I see the answers. Yes. Why not important to check? Can you explain? Well, so tell me, please, how much time do you spend for checking your home task in the class on average? I see. So the answer why it's not important, personal work, it takes too much time. Yeah. Students can have questions, right? 5-7 minutes on average. Okay, and now try and remember how much time did it take you? I mean, the longest time that it took you to check your home task, and the shortest time that it took you to check your home task. As for me, while you are typing, I can tell you that once when I was checking the home task with my advanced students, the exercise was on conditional sentences. Actually, checking the home task took up to half an hour, because they asked questions, asked about different options, and we've discussed all these cases, and it took it for about like half an hour. It's 10:15. Yeah, if student need clarification, you write. Okay, the shortest 2 minutes. Great. Okay. 15 minutes with starters. Yeah. Thank you. Well, so taking into account the time that teachers spend for checking home tasks, for preparing home tasks for students, I've divided all the ways of checking into two parts. So the first part is home task when you do not provide the keys. So you just give a worksheet, or you give a online exercise, or like attach some documents on the Domashka Online, and you do not give the keys. And the second home task, which is online task, home task, or just any when the students can check themselves at home. So let's start with the first one, when you do not give the keys. And please tell me what might be possible drawbacks of this home task, of checking and doing the home task when students do not have the keys. What might be negative? What are the cons of this type? Okay, while I'm waiting for your answers, your possible negative sides of this type of home task, I want to give you some of my ideas. Yeah, students, when they didn't check the home task, they do not know the answers until they come to the lesson next time. So if they have some questions, if they do have questions, they cannot find out if they are right or not, and they are not aware of any problems they have while doing, because, well, maybe I'm right, and so on. So students simply, might lose their home task, say that, okay, I couldn't open it if you attached it, if it wasn't online exercise, or something. And of course, it's time consuming to check every task in the class, especially if we speak about intensive courses, yes, and if you give, especially for the weekend, when you give the home task for a week, yeah, and then you need to check everything. Well, I got some answers. They have more questions, of course. Yes, they need to check everything at class. Yeah, time consuming. Okay, what about positive sides of this, or benefits of giving home task without the keys? Again, the question for you, and while you are typing your answers, I'm going to give some ideas. So, of course, the first one, students have less chances to cheat. Yeah, you might be like 90% sure that they didn't just complete the gaps. That's all. Yeah, can't cheat, right? And you can tailor the home task right away after the lesson. Yeah, again, no cheating. Yeah, after the lesson, if you see that your students need something extra, yeah, you can give the new task and right now. Yeah, after the lesson. Well, any other positive things? Not yet, but you can still type your ideas. So if we speak about the home task, including the home task in our online books, yeah, when the keys are provided, or any worksheets with the answers you give. So what might be the drawbacks of this type of checking and doing the home task? Well, so while you are typing the answers, I want to answer. I want to just give my ideas. So, what might be the drawbacks? Well, you still if you still want to see if they did the home task or not, you will need to look through all the tasks you gave, and you will need to take some. It will take some time to prioritize the tasks and choose the key sentences, key tasks that you would like to check, yeah, or to hear the feedback from students about it. And if you want any way to see how they cope with the topic, to see their skill, if their skills improved, you can you will need some time to change the tasks a little bit. Yeah, this will take some time before the lesson, but at the lesson, this will have some benefits. You'll see. We'll speak about it further. Okay. Do you have any positive or any negative points for giving home task with the kids? Because I cannot see your answers. So something negative about it, some drawbacks. Okay. Cheating, yeah, of course, cheating. They can just complete the gaps, though we all know they are adults and so on. But anyway, sometimes adults behave like children, yeah, and just cheat to complete the gaps. Well, and we slowly go to positive sides, to pros of this type of giving home task, and some ideas for you, and you can add, yeah, you can add some of yours. So first, students can see their answers immediately. They can see if they are right or wrong, and they can work with it. They can Google it, they can look through the book one more time and find the answers. If not, they have particular questions that you can discuss at the beginning. So they are ready to ask you questions. They are aware of something they don't know. So the next is, yeah, it's more difficult for them to lose the paper because it's always there, it's always online, yeah, they do not lose the worksheet. Speaking about time and checking, it's up to you to decide what to check and how to check. And that's why you are like more of control of the time at the lesson it takes. So thank you for your answers. They know they have keys, and therefore they know they have keys. They will just guess answers and check immediately. Okay, what is good? Yes, they know the answers. They can check immediately. That's good. What else? We spoke about time. Do you agree about the time? Well, still hoping for your answers. And I'd like to talk about the ways of checking home task. And first, I'll speak about the home task when the keys are where the keys are not provided. When you decided to check and diminish all the options of cheating, yeah, for your students. So first, and the most obvious, when students you check the home task open class and you ask students to compare first their answers and then provide the keys. They compare with the keys and then ask any questions to the teacher. Well, you can ask students to answer one by one, of course, at lower levels and whenever you think it needs explanation and so on. You nominate students to answer. Another way is when students nominate each other, or when students have choice of choosing the answer, the question to answer. This way, they feel more confident because they choose the question they know the answer for, and they speak in the class. That's for shy students especially good because otherwise they don't speak at all. Then you can also nominate, you can also write and project answers on the board randomly and ask students to number the answers. This works well in case if the answers are very short, or if the answer is ABC, yeah, you just write correct preposition, which is short, yeah, and students come to the board and write the number of the answer, and everybody checks. So it's kind of variation of usual checking. Then when you nominate the group of experts, you provide the experts with the keys, and all the rest of the class do come to this pair of students or a group of students, and they actually check together. Well, to make it even more interactive and you can employ even some target language into the next option. When you give the answers to like divide the answers between all the students. So students mingle. They do come to each other, ask, could you please show me the answer to questions, or do you have the answer to this? Say thank you, and so on. So, in this way, they check the home task. Well, checking home task with the answers provided can also be competitive, and you can divide the class into two groups and ask them to choose the question, and for every correct question, they can earn a point, for example. So there is one more activity which I tried with my students. It is called snakes. When the home task sentences or tasks are numbered, you write on the board the numbers of sentences or questions like this. You can even rearrange the numbers in different order. And when the team, the first team check answers or compare answers within the team, yeah, inside. And then when it's their turn to answer, they just choose any question on this board, and they circle it with their color. So, for example, they've chosen number 1, yeah? So next time, when it's their turn to answer, they can choose number 2, number 7, or number 6, so that they could connect two numbers. There is only one step. So, and in this way, they can connect several numbers and go like this and this and make a snake. So the team with the longest snake wins. It involves some strategy because they can block each other and kind of competition, but be aware of the possibility to forget where is whose snake. So please use different colors for this, yeah, or different signs to circle the number, so on. Well, these are the ways to check of home task when you don't have the keys. Maybe you have your own way, your favorite ways of checking. Please, you're welcome to write. It will be great. And I slowly continue and go to those sentences, those tasks, if students have already checked at home, but you still want to see how they coped. You still want to see if they did it well. You think maybe they cheated or something. So you can choose, as I told before, you can choose some key questions. Sorry for the copy a little. So you can choose some sentences that might have been difficult for students, or the sentences you think are essential for the topic, and put them on the board. Like choose 5 or 6, or like whatever number you want, and ask students compare, discuss, and explain their choice. So in this way, you check how they coped, and you do not spend much time for this. Secondly, you can prioritize the tasks and choose the one you think is important, the task, the whole task, and change it a little bit. How to change the exercise? You can tell me even more than I can tell you, because you are teachers, you're all creative people, but I just bring some examples just to show the direction. For example, you have the task to complete the gaps with target vocabulary or target functional language. In this case, you can mix the words, mix up the words inside the these target words inside the exercise, inside the task, and ask students to rearrange them correctly. You will see how well they know the sentences, how fast they cope, and so on. For example, if you have the task to complete the sentences with the prepositions, you mix up the prepositions or some grammar and auxiliary verbs, whatever. And if you have, for example, the task to unscramble sentences, which is very popular, yeah, in our books, so you can make mistakes within the word for word order, yeah, and ask students to correct. Or you can translate the sentences into Ukrainian, so that the English option of these sentences what the answer, yeah. So they have already done it, they have the answer, and now you have the Ukrainian option, and they do like back translation, they translate to each other. To make it less time consuming during the lesson, you can give student A the B's answers and student B the A's answers. The question might be on the worksheet or in the card, on the board, whatever. It will take some time, yeah, to prepare, but you will save a lot of time during the lesson, because all you need to do will be to monitor, because students will actually check each other. Well, you can make this task more like checking more competitive, and create some sentences for filling the gaps or opening brackets, or just take sentences from the task and change just the name or action or place, whatever, some background information, and make a kind of list of sentences and organize races between two teams, when one representative of each team will need to run to the paper and complete the gap or open brackets, and then at the end you can exchange the papers, ask them to check his other works, and so on. So in this way, it can be a warmer, it can be a revision, and checking home task in one. You of course can put the sentences into Kahoot, Creative, or any online applications you like and you use with your students. Again, to make sentences a bit new, yeah, for students, you change the names, as I've told. You just put them into change some background information, and they will just not, the students will not recognize them at once, yeah, maybe after doing, but first they will look like new sentences. So you can also use different interactive PowerPoint presentations. Tell me, have you ever used any during your lessons? I mean, in the presentations like Grammar Casino or Sunken Treasure. I'd like to show you some here. Can you see my screen? Can you see this well? Please answer. Do you see the screen? Anyone? Yeah, thank you. So this is how well, Grammar Casino looks. Yeah, you have the sentences, and some of them are correct, some of them are not. Students work in teams, and they have to bet if they are correct. You put the sentence into this presentation, sentence from your home task, yeah, and you can check home task in this interactive way. So here you see, they bet, and they see the answer, if the answer is correct or not. Here the next, it shows the answer is not correct. So in these ways, all the sentences can be checked from your home task. Well, also such a presentation as Bombs and Angels, maybe you've heard, maybe you know, like this. What's good about it, that you can use different types of tasks, not just open brackets or just choose the answer. You just choose any and you see the task. You choose any question and you see the task. If you have a bomb here, all your points burn and you just do not get anything at the end. So it's a kind of competition for students, yeah, and well, they like it. Another one is Jeopardy. Well, again, the principle is the same, different types of tasks, and students have choice. They choose any picture and it sends them to different types of tasks like this. Yeah, here, translation, whatever. And one of my favorites, which I use with students, not only to check home task, but also for revision and so on. When you have the sunken treasure, you choose the field, and here are numbers of questions. You can number all your home task questions like this. Yeah, we have 36 questions. Students answer in turns, and when they answer it correctly, they can choose the number. You open it and see if there is something hidden. So there is a treasure hidden somewhere in the field, and when they find it, they get a sticker for their home task or something. Yeah, so something like that. You can pick, if they find the treasure very quickly, you can pick another board and continue. So, well, do you have any ways of checking home task which you find interesting, or some engaging types of checking? Please do write in our chat. Well, also while you are answering, I want to say maybe just to remind that you can also organize some chats in Viber and Telegram with your students. And if you do not give the answers at once, you can give the answers, just put them on the Mashka Online just evening before the lesson, or even some hours before the lesson, and let them ask you and each other any questions in chats. And you can say that you will, for example, answer all the questions once a week, let's say on Friday, or you say you can leave a voice message to answer, and this will save time because they will already discuss, they will ask their questions, and at the lesson you will not have to do it at all. So still looking for your ideas how to check home task. Well, and I want to make a conclusion. So what should we consider while checking home task? That checking home task shouldn't be time consuming, yeah, during the lesson. You should pay attention to some problem areas, some questions that need discussion, and the home task, as any other task, should give students a sense of accomplishment, and it should be engaging and desirably interesting for students. So that's all information I wanted to share with you today. And if you have any questions, please, you're welcome to ask. And still, maybe some ideas, some things, some tricks you use while checking home task to make it more engaging or interesting, or just any questions. Oh, where can you find the PPT? You can find the PPT in our on our Google Disk, and I found some online. And well, if you want to, we can make a file and put. But I found Bombs and Angel. I found on a Google Disk, yes, and actually, a Sunken Treasure came to us from Kharkiv, and just um, just online. Where on Google Disk? No, they are not online. They are interactive. You can download them and use. It doesn't depend on internet. No, you don't need internet for these presentations. No, they are not online. No. Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you check home tasks? Anybody? No? Any other questions? Okay, you can still write questions, and I will answer them later. For now, that's all, and I'd like to wish you have good lessons today, and interesting and engaging checking home tasks. Bye. Thank you for your attention.